Welcome back, everybody, to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 20. As you can see, today is the big day. The Lions are back in the dance as they are here in Super Bowl 58 to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Can the Lions win their second straight ring, or will the Bengals steal their thunder? It's been very different types of seasons for these two teams. The Lions obviously had a great year, finishing with a record of 14-2, the top seed in the NFC. Not quite as good as last year's perfect season, but you can't complain. After losing in Week 1, the Lions won 14 of their final 15, and have obviously beaten the Seahawks and the Giants. Obviously, that New York game was a come-from-behind victory. The Lions, I think, were down by multiple possessions in the second half. I want to say it was 27-17 going into the fourth quarter. Detroit was able to come back and win. This has been a very different type of season for the Bengals. Obviously, the AFC has been a disaster. Only 3 teams finished with records over 500, and the Bengals were not one of them, finishing with a record of 8-8, sneaking as the 6th seed in the postseason. They beat the Titans in round 1. They were the 8-8 3 seed, and then they went on to beat the Browns and Ravens in the next 2 rounds. I think Cleveland and Baltimore are the 2 best teams in the conference. They did finish with the 2 best records. Cleveland did finish with a higher seed, but Baltimore, even though they were only a wild card, I do think they're better than anyone else in that conference. Obviously, you know our roster very well, but what do the Bengals look like? Well, this team has a lot of young talent across the board, led by second-year quarterback out of Ohio State, the hometown kid. It is Kent Fields. Fields was a first-round draft pick. I believe he was the first quarterback taken in that class. This was the year that we drafted Lawrence Parnell. So, yeah, we won it with a second-year quarterback last year in Tez Lawson. Can the Bengals do the same and win their first-ever Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback? Looking at Fields' numbers, obviously he didn't have as good of a season as he did as a rookie, but still, he's had an outstanding start to his career, and obviously he's led his team to a Super Bowl appearance this season, so he's doing something right. He was the 19th overall pick, won Offensive Rookie of the Year, no Pro Bowls yet, but that doesn't matter because they're here in the big game. The Bengals are a run-first team led by the dynamic duo in the backfield of Joe Mixon and Rashad Penny. Even though Penny won AFC Offensive Player of the Week for the Conference Championship round, obviously the name to watch here is Joe Mixon. Mixon is the highest-rated player on this football team as a 94 overall, 95 if you count in morale. He's been a monster in this series. He has ran for over 1,000 yards every season, except for this one, where he only played 11 games, and had he stayed healthy the whole year, he would have been on pace for around 1,300 yards or so. So Joe Mixon has really developed well, not only in this series, but in real life. Joe Mixon's a monster. So, yeah, as you can see, 16 games across the board this year, only 11. But he's definitely going to be a challenge for this defense to stop. I mean, this kid is a borderline top 5 running back in the NFL, so it's going to be a challenge. This Bengals core, for the most part, is fairly similar to what it is in real life. Tyler Boyd and Jesse Bates, they have both gone up to X Factors. Guys like Jonah Williams, Carl Lawson, William Jackson, Tyler Eifert, they are all still here. And obviously, the Bengals have added a few faces, including guys like N'Keal Harry, Rashad Penny. A few former Lions on this team. A'Shawn Robinson is with the Bengals. He was traded from Detroit to Cincinnati in the Geno Atkins deal. Obviously, Atkins retired a number of seasons ago. The Bengals also have cornerback Teez Tabor. Last year, Tabor was on the Chiefs, coincidentally. Obviously, the Lions beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year. So Teez Tabor gets to take on his former team for a second straight year in the big game, which is very ironic. So here we go. Let's end the anticipation. Let's end the talk. And let's get to Super Bowl 58 here in Phoenix, Arizona. Both teams lost in this building this season, by the way, to the Arizona Cardinals for what it's worth. As here comes out the Detroit Lions. They won here in the big game last year, led by, at the time, second-year quarterback, now third-year quarterback, Tez Lawson, along with a 198-yard and 3-touchdown performance from last year's Super Bowl MVP wide receiver Kenny Golladay. The Bengals are not a team who was supposed to be here. They didn't have expectations going into this season. They were the 8-8 6th seed in the playoffs. They were not supposed to be in this game, but here they are. Obviously, on paper, the Lions should have no problem today, but you cannot underestimate the Bengals. They went into Cleveland's house and beat the 14-2 Cleveland Browns, and then they went to Baltimore in defeat for Ravens, led by MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson. So this Cincinnati team has gotten hot at the right time, and to win a Super Bowl, you got to peak at the end of the season, not at the beginning. Obviously, the Lions are heavy favorites going into this game, just like last year. The Lions finished 16-0, and the Chiefs were 9-7 last season. Obviously, that ended up being a much closer game than expected. This year, Detroit is 14-2. The Bengals are 8-8. So once again, on paper, the Lions are heavy favorites. But don't count out Cincinnati's chances because they are playing their best football right now. As you can see the coin flip, the Cincinnati Bengals will be starting this game on offense. So we get to see Kent Fields and company come out on the field first. Tyler Boyd, Chidobe Awuzie, exchanging words, shaking hands before the big game. Head coach Calvin Johnson tries to win his second ring as he's pumping up his team. Rashad Penny will be back to receive the opening kick. Sam Martin has his ball teed off, and Super Bowl 58 is officially underway between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams, obviously, with very bad histories. The Lions just won their first Super Bowl a season ago. The Bengals, meanwhile, while they have made multiple Super Bowls, have never won one. Here is Kent Fields, the second-year quarterback, coming off a very solid season, 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions as he leads the charge here for the Bengals. First play from scrimmage from the 27-yard line. Fields under center. It's Joe Mixon in the backfield, and Mixon gets the handoff. Welcome to the Super Bowl, Tracy Walker's ankles. Yeah, that's a start. 36-yard run for Mixon, and Tracy Walker's ankles cannot be pleased with that play. 3rd and 6 now. Fields under pressure. Short pass is going to be caught by Rashad Penny, and he's pushed out of bounds. Does not gain anything. Jared Davis brings him down, so that'll bring out the field goal unit. It is a 48-yard field goal attempt here for Big Nuts Will Lutz, and his kick is good. As the Bengals strike first, a very quick drive, only lasting 4 plays and a little bit over 2 minutes, but Cincinnati's on the board. Here's the Lions offense, led by third-year quarterback out of Florida State University. It's Tez Lawson, who won a ring last year and tries to add his second. 2nd down and 6 from around the 24. Lawson looking to throw it. He's going to go up the middle just a little to the tight end, T.J. Hockenson. That's a gain of 28 yards and a nice first down for Detroit. 3rd and 3 now at the 41. Play action fake. Lawson scrambling a little bit. He's going to try to get it deep for Golladay, and he did not get both feet in bounds. Bad footwork from last year's Super Bowl MVP, Kenny Golladay. So now here's the rookie kicker, Tim John, to attempt a 58-yard field goal, and the kick is short. It is no good. The kick is a little bit too short. That's what she said, and to be specific, that's what she told me. 3-0 remains your score. Fields fumbles the football. Jaquavius Highsmith with the force, and it's recovered by Ed Oliver, and the Lions will turn it over and get the ball back. Massive play by Highsmith, who's had an incredible season this year. Detroit now on offense, 2nd down and 8. Lawson loses about 10 on the sack by Greg Hitchcock, former high draft pick out of Mississippi State. 3rd and long now. Lions need a big play as Tez Lawson going to scramble to his left. Lawson going to throw on the run for Juju Smith-Schuster, who is more wide open than at McDonald's drive-thru at 5 o'clock in the morning. Nice play for Juju. Now 3rd and 4 at around the 22-yard line. Lawson going to look to throw it. He's in the zone. He has all the time in the world. Going to scramble to his right this time. And he's going to run for the first down, getting 6. Probably could have had more, but still a solid gain nonetheless. 3rd and 2 now from the 8. It'll be another pass. Lawson looking to throw it, and it is deflected by the linebacker. Incomplete, so we'll have to see Tim John come back onto the field. This time it is only a 25-yard field goal, and John's kick is good. That kick barely went in, as nonetheless the Lions will tie this game up at 3 apiece. Bengals have the pigskin back, 2nd and 5, under a minute to play here in the first quarter. It's going to be a toss to the left side for Joe Mixon. Mixon has a few blocks, and that's a nice run for the former Oklahoma Boomer Sooner. Mixon with already over 70 rushing yards here in the first quarter alone. Now only 10 seconds to play in the quarter. first down. The pass is going to be caught by Tyler Boyd for a first down before being tackled by Owen Jackson, as that is how quarter number 1 ends. Pretty good game so far, tied up at 3. Second quarter going to open up with a 1st and 14 after a penalty. You don't see 1st and 14 every day. As Mixon loses a couple yards, it's once again Jaquavius Highsmith with the play, who has started this game off very well. 2nd and 17 now, as Kent Fields going deep, and it's picked off by the rookie out of Louisville, Devontae Higgins. Obviously, it's been an up-and-down season for Higgins, but he makes a huge play here in the Super Bowl, and the Bengals have now turned it over twice in the first half. Lions have the football now, 3rd and 2. Handoff for Dakota Sloan, and he actually loses a yard. So now the Lions are going to go for another 58-yard field goal. John missed from this range earlier today, and it's actually a fake. More fake than my ex-girlfriend. Stafford is going to be sacked, and the Bengals will get the ball back. Score still remains tied at 3. Seems like neither of these teams really want to score all that bad. 2nd and 5 now for Cincinnati from the 32. Over to Mixon, who gets past Renwick and is tackled inside the red zone at around the 17-yard line. Now from the 10, Bengals inching closer and closer to 6 as Kent Fields completes it, and that is another first down, this time over to Deebo Samuel, and Cincinnati has it at the 3. They are marching forward. Handoff from Mixon now on 1st and goal. He is untouched like weekend homework. That's a touchdown from Mixon. And the Bengals are back on top as it is now 10-3 with about 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. 2nd and 10. Lawson's going to be brought down by Sharif Miller for a loss of about 10. 3rd and 22 now. Lions could use a pretty big play here late in the first half. As Lawson, you might as well call him Kim Jong-un because he's launching nukes. Gets it to Juju Smith-Schuster. 87 yards for a touchdown, as my good friend Legion would say. He was gone like a girl in a country song. And the Lions will tie this game up at 10 apiece as they're playing some duck, duck, goose. Of course, Juju tags the offensive lineman, Akeem Downing, as if he's going to get caught. And the Lions, nonetheless, will make it 10 apiece. Bengals have it back, and they take the lead before halftime. Nice catch by Deebo Samuel, quickly tackled by Darius Slay. Now at the 44, this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Handoff for Joe Mixon, and he gets it to around the 39 for a nice run before being brought down by Jackson as we reach the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Game tied at 10. First down now from the 28. Fields under a little bit of pressure. He gets it to Tyler Boyd. Jukes past Slay and is brought down by Shanarin Budga at around the 7-yard line. Cincinnati is once again moving closer and closer. 1st and goal. Screen for Mixon, and he loses 3. Once again, the Louisville product, Devontae Higgins, with the tackle. 3rd and goal now. They're going to run it with Joe Mixon, and he gets about 5 before being tackled by Slay, and the Lions will use their first timeout as they hope to have some time to drive down the field late in the first half. Will Lutz is back on for the field goal, a chip shot, only from around 22 yards. He does make the kick, and the Bengals now lead it 13-10 with 52 seconds to play until halftime. Lions do have 2 timeouts remaining. That should be more than enough time. First down. Lawson under pressure. Hit as he throws. He gets it to Kenny Galladay, last year's Super Bowl MVP, who brings it to the 44-yard line. Lions probably going to be in field goal range. Now 2nd and 5. Lawson is going to be sacked. Massive play by Tyrone McCrary. Detroit forced to use the timeout. They are now out of timeouts. 3rd and 13. Detroit needs a quick play out of bounds. Lawson looking for Hawkinson, who makes the catch, but he was inbounds when he went down. And that'll do it for the first half of action. It's been a very exciting game up to this point. The Cincinnati Bengals lead this one by a score of 10-13. The Lions, who are averaging over 10 yards of play and have 2 turnovers, will start the second half on offense. Contez Lawson and company drive down the field and try to take the lead. Lawson on 3rd down tries to get it to Lawrence Parnell, last year's Super Bowl hero, who drops the pass. Parnell did not catch a ball in the first half, so he's been pretty quiet up to this point here in the Super Bowl. First down over to Deebo Samuel for a nice gain of 17 for Cincinnati. Now 2nd and 2 from around the 42. Fields, play action fake, is going to look to throw it. He connects with Tyler Boyd, who gets it to the 38-yard line for a gain of 20. Cincinnati is moving it down the field right now. This has been a very good start to the third quarter for them. 3rd and 2, another conversion. Tyler Boyd gets 9 before being wrapped up by Budga at the 21. Now it is 2nd and inches from around the 12. The Lions could use a big play on defense, and that's what they're going to get. Shaquem Griffin forces the ball out on the strip sack, and it's recovered by Jaquavius Highsmith, and Detroit forces a turnover in the red zone and gets the football back. Massive, massive turnover for the Lions. They needed some momentum, and they get it. Lions now back on offense. 2nd and 11. Kerryon Johnson gets the first down. I wouldn't say Johnson's been bad today, but he has been quiet. Not a whole lot of big plays. First down, a play-action fake. Lawson scrambling, gets it to the wide-open T.J. Hawkinson, who is shoestring tackled all the way at the 14-yard line by the safety Brian Blackburn. 2nd and inches now at the 4. Can Detroit take the lead? Your answer is yes. Lawson connects with Kenny Galladay for the 4-yard score. Galladay's first touchdown of the day after recording 3 last year. Lions now lead this game 17-13. Bengals have it. 3rd and 8. Eifert does not get the first down, only gained 6. Wrapped up by Darius Slay. And the Lions now have the football back with the lead. On first down, handoff for Kerryon Johnson. He bounces off a blocker. Jukes past Jesse Bates the third. And Kerryon Johnson is wrapped up at the 37-yard line out of bounds by Greg Hitchcock and friends. If Johnson was able to stay in bounds a little bit longer, maybe that could have been a bigger gain. Now at the 26, final play of the third quarter, Lawrence Parnell catches his first pass of the day at around the 6-yard line. As we are through 3, the Lions are now 1 quarter away from being back-to-back Super Bowl champions, but this game is far from over. 1st and goal at the 6, first play of the fourth quarter. Tight end Joe Porter is in motion. It's a handoff for Kerryon Johnson. Nice block from the fullback, Nick Bawden, and that's a touchdown for the Detroit Lions. Kerryon Johnson with the play, and it is now 24-13. For the first time today is a 2-possession game, and now the Bengals have some catching up to do. 2nd and 9. Mixon loses plenty of yards on that pass, loses 5. It's Amani Oruwariye with the tackle. 3rd and 14 now. Kent Fields going to look to throw it, going up the middle, and that pass is going to be caught for a first down by the Bengals. It's Auden Tate who makes the play. Tez Lawson's former college teammate at Florida State. 2nd and 10. Jaquavius Highsmith with his 2nd sack of the game. He's been busy. 2 sacks, a fumble forced, and a fumble recovery for Highsmith. 3rd and 18 now for the Bengals. Fields, short pass for Tyler Boyd, and he gets it to the 30-yard line, and he is actually injured. If Tyler Boyd cannot return to this game, that would be a massive loss for the Bengals. Boyd has played really well today, currently has 9 catches for 112 yards. As Will Lutz from 47 yards out, that kick is right down Main Street, and it is now an 8-point deficit for the Bengals, as it is now technically a 1-score game. 3rd and 4 for Detroit. A stop here would be huge for Cincinnati, and they do not get it. Lawson, under a ton of pressure, connects with Juju Smith-Schuster for a gain of 15 yards. 2nd down now from the 46. Clock continues to tick over halfway through the fourth quarter, as there's only about 4.5 minutes to play. Lawrence Parnell with an excellent gain after the catch, bringing it to around the 12-yard line before being tackled by Bates. 2nd and 3 now at the 5. Can Detroit ice this game? Lawson under a ton of pressure, and he is sacked for a 2nd time today by Sharif Miller. Huge play for Cincinnati. Now they could use another stop. 3rd and 9 from the 11. Lawson going to look to throw it. He connects with Lawrence Parnell, who is tackled inside the 5 at around the 4. Not enough for a first down. 4th and 2. It is a 21-yard field goal attempt for Tim John. He made one from 22 yards today, as this one is good. It's been a busy game for John. He is currently 2 for 3 on field goals. He did miss for one from around 58 yards. Bengals now have to do damage control with 2.5 minutes to play, as Deebo Samuel jukes his way out of bounds for a nice gain. Now at the 37, handoff from Joe Mixon, and he loses 2. Oliver with the tackle. As good as Joe Mixon is, the Bengals cannot be running the ball at this point of the game. We're now at the 2-minute warning, and Kent Fields has to be the one who leads the charge. 2nd and 12. Eifert makes the play to around midfield. Now at the 45, 1:20 to play. Bengals still have all 3 timeouts, which is a pretty big deal. 3rd and 7. Fields is sacked. Jaquavius Highsmith now has 3 sacks today. 4th and 11. Bengals just used their first timeout. This is probably the game as Fields connects up the middle. Deebo Samuel holds it in. This one's not over yet. Pump the brakes. Bengals are still alive. Now 49 seconds to play from the 26. 2nd and 10. Fields is brought down again. Jaquavius Highsmith going downstairs where Daddy hides the vodka. 3rd and 18. Bengals need a miracle, and that could help. Defensive pass interference on Devontae Higgins. Automatic first down for Cincinnati as they move to the 13. Now 3rd and 6 from the 9. 14 seconds to play. Wheel route for N'Keal Harry is going to be broken up by Darius Slay. 4th and 6. 12 seconds to play now. This is your game. If the Bengals don't convert, it's game over. As the pass from Fields is deflected in the end zone by Tracy Walker, and this one is over. Here comes out Tez Lawson for the final kneel down and for the 2nd straight season. The Detroit Lions are the Super Bowl champions. Do you have the heart of a Lion? I think it's safe to say this team does. After not winning a Super Bowl in the first 56 years that this game existed, the Lions are now back-to-back champions as they defeat the Bengals 27-16. Who's your Super Bowl MVP? Is it Tez Lawson, Jaquavius Highsmith, or somebody else? I'll let you watch the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy, and I'll get back to you all in a minute. What a team. What a ride. The Lions are back-to-back Super Bowl champions as we look at this box score. Tez Lawson with a phenomenal game, 17 for 26, 391 yards and 2 touchdowns, 15 yards per attempt. That's a lot. Tez Lawson played an outstanding game in this one. He was definitely the MVP of the offense. Both teams ran the ball well. Kerryon Johnson and Joe Mixon both finished with over 100 yards and a touchdown. Rashad Penny, after scoring 3 times last week, did not touch the ball once for Cincinnati. That's interesting. Many receivers over 100 yards in this one. For the Lions, Smith-Schuster and Hawkinson. For the Bengals, it's Deebo Samuel and Tyler Boyd. Kenny Golladay scored a touchdown. Parnell with a very nice amount of receiving yards. The offensive lines were good in the run department, but there were a lot of sacks from both teams today. Jared Davis and Devontae Higgins in the double digits for tackles. Jackson and Oliver with multiple tackles for loss. Super Bowl MVP Jaquavius Highsmith finishes the day with 4 sacks, a fumble force, and a fumble recovery. As good as Tez Lawson was in this game, I think it's safe to say Jaquavius Highsmith is the well-deserved Super Bowl MVP. He played very well in the first 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, he was dominant, racking up 3 sacks and not letting the Bengals offense charge a comeback. I think if I was the one deciding this game's MVP, I agree with the ruling. I think Jaquavius Highsmith does deserve it, as good as Tez Lawson played. Only 1 punt for both teams today, each. That is really interesting. Not a lot of punting in this game. Plenty of turnovers, plenty of scoring, plenty of action. I think we got treated to an awesome game. So Detroit is now back-to-back Super Bowl champions. We are now 5 seasons into this franchise. And what do? Do we keep going or do we call it quits? with Madden 21 coming out in only around 2 weeks, I think it's best that we put a bow on this series and call it a day. This has been a very fun franchise. I did release a poll a couple of weeks ago if you guys wanted to see another season. And when I released that poll, I did intend on having a Season 6. However, with Madden 21 right around the corner, I really don't think it makes that much sense to have a Season 6. I mean, the game's going to be out on EA Access in about 2 weeks. This is not the series finale of the Lions franchise. However, do not get it twisted. There will be one final episode. We will have the annual 10-year simulation. This year, a 10-year sim is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be tracking all of the players throughout the sims. So rather than just doing a 10-year sim off camera, I'm going to write down where each player goes, like what teams, what they do, because Madden doesn't keep track of that. So I'm going to do it manually. I think that'll make the 10-year simulation a little bit more interesting, and I think that could be very fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's been 5 great seasons in the Lions franchise. We still have one more episode to look forward to, and then Madden 21's franchise will be unlike anything you've ever seen on the YouTube platform before. I have massive plans for that series. I still have not decided the team yet. I'm still down to a few choices. So yeah, hope everybody enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.